Here's everything I learned getting to 400,000 followers in 1 year posting about a niche topic. 1. Persona over authenticity. In my opinion, the worst advice you can give someone starting out making content is to be authentic. Beyond the fact that it's really vague advice, social media is a coliseum. It is performative by design. And as I've written in The Guardian previously, authenticity is itself an aesthetic that is performed for the camera. I think it's far more useful and actually healthier to think of yourself as a character and ask yourself what persona I want to imbue that character with. I had a head start on this. What you see here is effectively my lecturer persona, an educator that wants to help people understand society through the lens of brand. And that is what the brand platform is built off. There's lots of the real Eugene Healy in this framework, but importantly, there is still distance between me and this entity. This is important because it shows that you don't need to be an influencer. I've built a following of this size while keeping my personal life personal. 2. Distinctive brand assets. Algorithms reward novelty within boundaries. You need to be novel enough to stand out from the pack, but too novel and you'll be impossible for your audience to recognize. This is where distinctive brand assets come into play. For those of you who don't work in brand, a distinctive brand asset is any unique and recognizable cue that triggers instant memory and association for a specific brand. In the context of social, it's about consistently deploying recurring visual motifs, catchphrases, editing styles, or tone of voice. For me, it is my face, the green screen background, the type of titles that I use in my videos, and yes, these stupid wired Mac headphones. I just had one of my worst performing videos ever, and in the post-mortem I realized it was because you couldn't see any of those things in the first 3 seconds. People scroll really fast. If you don't catch them in the first frame, they might not recognize you at all. The power of a distinctive asset is cumulative. You build familiarity with audience over time. If they can recall your content comes from you, that is more than half the battle. 3. Synthetic versus real influence. I think it's important to recognize that the influence you build on platform is synthetic. There is an algorithmic debuff. It doesn't matter if you're getting millions of views on platform. People will always look at you as two-dimensional if all you do is post on places like Instagram and TikTok. So you should be thinking about how to add other dimensions as quickly as possible. I do a lot of keynote speaking, so you can literally see me in 3D. It's actually one of my core revenue streams. But I also got a real ramp from writing articles in The Guardian. These legacy publications are always concerned with how to bring in new audiences. If you have a complementary voice, there's a real equal exchange here. They grant you legitimacy, you grant them relevance. I'm going to expand on this thinking in my next Substack, but for now, there's a fucking lot here. Thank you for tuning in.